What's the difference between actual and constructive fraud? Have you ever wondered how fraudulent transfers impact businesses in bankruptcy? Today, we will break down the differences between actual and constructive fraud. Understanding these terms is essential for anyone navigating the world of bankruptcy, especially under Chapter 7 Bankruptcy for businesses. Let's start with actual fraud. This type of fraud occurs when a debtor intentionally tries to deceive creditors. Imagine a business owner who knows they are about to file for bankruptcy. If they transfer assets to a friend or family member with the intent to avoid paying debts, that is actual fraud. To prove this, it must be shown that the debtor had the intent to defraud. This often happens when the transfer occurs within 1 or 2 years before filing for bankruptcy. The key here is intent. Evidence must demonstrate that the debtor acted dishonestly. Now let's look at constructive fraud. Unlike actual fraud, constructive fraud does not require proof of intent to deceive. Instead, it focuses on the circumstances surrounding the transfer. A transfer is considered constructively fraudulent if the debtor received less than reasonably equivalent value for the assets. For example, if a business sells equipment for a fraction of its worth while being unable to pay its debts, that could be constructive fraud. It also applies if the transfer leaves the debtor unable to meet their financial obligations. Here, the emphasis is on the fairness of the exchange and the debtor's financial condition, not on their intent. When either type of fraud is identified, the bankruptcy trustee can take action to reverse the transfer. This means that the property or its value can be recovered and added back to the bankruptcy estate for the benefit of creditors. However, there are exceptions. If a bona fide purchaser acquired the property without knowledge of the debtor's creditors, they may keep the property. Timing is also important. Transfers made well before the bankruptcy filing, usually more than 1 or 2 years prior, are less likely to be deemed fraudulent. These may be seen as legitimate asset protection strategies. In summary, actual fraud requires showing the debtor's intent to deceive, while constructive fraud focuses on the fairness of the transfer and its impact on the debtor's financial situation. Both types of fraud allow the bankruptcy trustee to recover assets for creditors, making it vital to understand these differences when dealing with bankruptcy and fraudulent transfers.